David, I forgot something.
What was that?
You know who's making this trip possible? I forgot.
Amped Outdoors.
There you go. Use coupon code Aliex5 to save you 5% on your next battery, because you're gonna need like 5 of them to power this giant Titan. You need 1 in the front, 1 in the back, and 2 more for your cooler and stuff like that. Wait, the coolers use batteries?
So if they get, some people hook it up to a fish finder, turn the cooler into a live well.
So this is what I want to do. I want to compare both of them together, but then I want to add something else to it. I want to take it to your scale and see if they're lying or not about the weight. Hey guys, we're right here back at Action Water Sports.
Action Water Sports, Auburndale, Florida.
There you go. Now, David, what we got here is Titans. We got the Titan 10.5 and the Titan 12.5. Say the same thing in a different way. And that phone doesn't stop.
No. Hey, it's my it's Chris Suma, my sales rep from Native.
Wow.
So, hey man.
Now what I want to do is I want to give you a full walkthrough of these 2 boats. I'm gonna compare them. I'm gonna go over reasons why you would choose one over the other, and let's go ahead and do it. These kayaks are super high quality kayaks made in the US, and they have one thing, and they only have one purpose, and that purpose is fishing. And they're designed to take motors and electronics and whatever you want to put in there. One of these 2 kayaks excel at that more than the other because it's bigger. But don't be fooled, the 10-footer has a lot of stuff in it. Probably has 99% of the stuff that you will find on the 12 right here, starting with the rear. If we look here at the rear, at the stern, these 2 boats look very, very alike. It's pretty much the same thing. You got the drain plug right here, you got this handle built in with the tracks, you got the 3 fittings for the power pole. You have the same thing here on the 10.5. You could choose to put a motor here, you could choose to put dual power poles or just put 1 power pole here. You got an access hatch right here, you got a sacrificial electrical plate, and you have the same thing right here on the 10. You got a battery box. Actually, this is a 12 battery box. This battery box is deeper, it's bigger than the one that you find on a 10.5, so that's something to think of.
Yeah.
The tank well is huge though, 100%. Now looking here in the middle, you got nice handles in the middle, and you have the same thing over there on the 10. And what I like about handles in the middle is I just love it because you could just put your strap and strap it to your truck. It's easier that way. Here the 10.5 is missing something in the back though. You don't see a flush mounted rod holder. You do see one here, but you don't see one here on the back. Now the 12 has 2, and these flush mounted rod holders are really nice because it looks like they were made for this boat, right?
Right, exactly. Whatever he said.
Yes, 100% right. Now if we move forward, you get exactly the same 360 seat built by Millennium Marine. This thing is, what do you say,
it's
powder?
It's powder coated, so it's made for a saltwater environment, which in Florida these boats are going to get in a saltwater environment, that's for sure.
I will flip it, but you won't let me.
I don't want to tear them up.
Wow.
We got to keep these nice
in pristine condition.
Yes,
because
they got to be kept nice. Somebody's going to buy these things,
and somebody's going to be very
they're
happy.
not sold yet. They're ready for somebody.
That by the time this video's out, this kayaks will be sold. But you got more coming, right? Because
we always have more coming.
Just were on the phone trying to work that out. All right, so if we look at the cockpit area and the seat, it's basically the same thing, right? Same seat, same drive, same size. And looking at the tracks and stuff, it looks like this area is pretty much the same size as this area right here. Over there, you got inserts. Those are inserts. You can remove those screws and screw it in whatever you want, like a web type of thing to hold your pliers, anything like that. Now, the major difference, other than the battery box, is right here at the bow, because you got 10.5 feet versus 12.5, so you don't have as much space on the 10 as you do right here on the 12.5. For example, if you look right here, you got all these extra screws right here, all this area to mount stuff right here on the 12.5, and over here you don't have that. The rigging plate, and I keep calling it a different name because I don't remember exactly what the name is right here on the hatch itself, while on the 12.5 is right here on the plastic. Another thing is, if you open the hatches, you're gonna see a difference between them. This little tray is tiny, like I think, there you go, it fits inside the other one, because again, it's a size thing. Now I would say a 10.5 feet long kayak is a lot of kayak. You don't really need to buy a 12.5. It's not necessarily better. It depends on what you want to use. A lot of people choose to have a smaller kayak because they're smaller, they tend to weigh less, they're easier to handle off the water and even on the water, because if you need to reach out to get a rod or something, it's closer to you. Something I didn't mention, the tank well over there, man, they look the same size. It looks like these two boats on the back are basically the same size. It's funny that in here they chose not to put a flush mounted rod holder on the 10.5, and they did here on the 12, but it looks like it's almost the same size. It's probably a little smaller, I would say. It's probably a little smaller than the 10, of course, because it's 10, but it's crazy. Now you got gear tracks all over the place on each of the boats. You got flush mounted rod holders, you got horizontal rod holders, you got that drive that had a really nice warranty, you have the heavy duty seat. Now let's talk about the specs, because the specs will tell you everything you need to know. Oh, also, if you don't know what this is, those are the screws that will go in here to kind of give you grip if you're using a boot or something. The Titan 12.5 is 138 pounds versus the 10.5 at 115 pounds. That means this boat right here weighs an extra 23 pounds. Now you have to think about the fully loaded weight, because that's what's important here. The Titan 12.5, you're looking at 172 pounds versus 149 pounds. That fully weight means that you counted the drive, you counted the seat, you counting everything. In terms of capacity, again, not much of a difference. The 10.5 holds 475 pounds. Wow, this one, the bigger one, only 15 pounds more. That's 500 pounds. Let's talk about pricing. The price difference is only $350 more for the 12.5. So there is not also a major difference in price. They're pretty similar boats. Let's talk about how wide they are. The 10.5 is 38 inches wide, and this one over here is 40. So in terms of stability, judging by the same hull design, the 12 has to be way more stable than the 10 is. And you're also sitting really high. Like your center of gravity is really high, so you could flip when you're sitting down. We gotta test out. Hopefully one day we get to flip one of these. But if you're watching this video and you want to see a super cool flipping test of the Titan 2.5, go check out my friend Cyber Kayak, and I killed his name. He made a video because I asked him to do it, so it's you go and watch it. Anyways, what I want to do now is to extend this comparison, make it more scientific. I want to take these two kayaks and put them on the scale to see if it's true what they say about their weight. And after that, I'm gonna go ahead and take them on the water and do a complete water demo for you guys. Titan 12 is gonna meet. Oh, David's already over there. This shop is huge. They have a lot of stuff, lots of kayaks and water hammocks and a bunch of other stuff.
So I'm weighing myself. You're gonna have to weigh yourself too. It's pretty accurate. So, this is our scale weight.
Well, okay. 205. That's, where is the camera? I don't see it. Where is the thing? There you go. 205. But that's because I have a lot of stuff on me, including
you got
the camera.
a 5-pound camera.
Yeah. So I should be around 198. naked weight.
I'm usually 269, and today I'm 267.
267. All right, so how are we gonna do this?
What?
We're gonna bring it down and put it there. Let me find a place for the camera.
We're gonna set it on the scale.
Yeah. Titan 12.5, dry weight should be 138, fully loaded. I mean, just the whole weight, 138, fully loaded is 172.
Oh, wow.
So
172 fully loaded.
Yeah, I say it weighs exactly 172. You say?
I don't know. So we're gonna go fully loaded first.
Yes.
All right.
Guess. Let's
Here, I'm gonna pick up my end and we're gonna walk right there.
Okay, perfect. But what's your guess? How much does it weigh?
I don't know.
Gotta push the card out.
We gotta get the card out.
Alright, 3, 2, 1.
Lift.
Man, it does weigh 175 pounds. Let me tell you.
All right.
I haven't seen
Look
it.
at that.
172.
They weren't lying. They were exactly truthful.
Exactly truthful.
They were exactly truthful, and that never happens.
What kind of wizard is this? My God, look at that.
Now take the drive out, and we'll see what it weighs.
172, exactly what they said it was gonna weigh.
Fully loaded.
Fully loaded. So I think we're gonna get a different weight. 158 without the drive. 14 pounds. You said 15 earlier, so that's pretty close. That one doesn't stop.
14 pounds. Oh, this David.
Boom! That's easy.
Now it's 139. The boat.
No way. No way. 139. Look at that.
Is that what they said?
I think that's exactly what they said. Where's my chichi? What happened to my chichi?
I don't know where you put it.
So 138. So they actually, I mean, maybe they were not counting this. Let's see.
Maybe they took that off.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be whole weight.
This scale is pretty accurate. 137
Wow.
without this.
There is no point in weighing the other one. The other one should be the same.
Yeah. I'm very impressed, actually, because as a dealer, I never see the exact weight on my scale as to what they advertise.
And it was exactly.
It was exactly. So good job, Native,
Yeah,
being truthful to everybody out there.
exactly. But you know what? Another thing that I want to test, and I'm gonna do it with the power, is I'm gonna test how much does it hold?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because they say 500 pounds.
We can weigh the PWR if you want to weigh it when you're here.
No, I'm gonna do it at the house. But
Okay.
like, I'm talking about putting weight on this, put it on the pool, and see how much capacity.
500 pounds of weight.
Right, but what do they mean by 500 pounds?
Yeah.
Maybe it means with the plug 500 pounds, and if you take the plugs off, maybe it's 400. So that's the thing I want to check.
It shouldn't make that big of a difference with the plugs in or out.
Well, yeah.
Maybe a little bit.
That's why we gotta test it.
We got tested. Maybe you even got to flip it, Alex.
Exactly. I already had a friend of mine flip one of these. He was
On
surprised.
purpose?
Yes.
On purpose?
Yeah, he said that it was more stable than any hobby he ever owned.
It's very stable. I gotta say, it's very stable.
Yeah, it's huge too.